Right, That's it. Just how. That's beautiful. That's it. That people think that it's the cute stuff that has the anointing, but it's really that. That's what breaks the yoke.
There we go.
What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to another episode of BlackChurchTok, your online churchy friend group. I'm your co-host, Clarissa.
I'm Eric.
And I'm Marcellus.
And today we have Grammy Award winner and artist, Mekayla.
Hey, let's go.
All right, so 45 seconds or less. Tell us who you are.
Who I am. I think I am a daughter. I am a child of the Lord.
Yes.
Glory. I think I'm super funny and full of joy. I love people. I love my family. And yeah, I can be very mild-mannered, but I can also be like super extroverted and all kinds of carrying on. I'm super churchy, very saved, apostolic.
Yes.
Fire baptized.
Yes, Lord.
Yes.
Thank you, Lord.
Holy Ghost filled.
Holy Ghost filled.
Yes.
So yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So tell us your funniest church story ever.
A funny church story that I would like to share is a story my mama told me. So we grew up in the South, but my mom went to a church in Quincy, Florida, and there was this old pastor. And he was in the middle of preaching, and he was like in the morning, and his dentures fell out. Hey,
Oh my God.
his dentures fell out while he was preaching, and he paused, got the dentures, put them back in his mouth, adjusted them, and went back to hooping. And the church fell out. It was a time.
Oh,
He said it was
Power
a
of
time.
God fell.
Wait,
Yeah.
his dentures fell out?
His dentures fell out his mouth mid hoop, and he propped them right back in his mouth.
I would have been no good.
I would have been no good. They would have had to end
funny.
service. It would have been bad.
I would have had to put my finger up, like, if
gotta use the bathroom.
Like, I gotta use the
Because
bathroom.
don't let
What
something
in
be
the
funny
world?
to me. I'm gonna laugh, and don't let it be hilarious because I'm gonna scream.
Oh, you a screamer?
Oh, what?
Oh my goodness.
I'm like one of those people that like lose their breath while I laugh.
Oh my God.
Like this is before I was even born, but my mama said that they didn't have phones at
Yeah,
that time, but
right.
all of them were on the back row in the pews cutting a fool. They had a time. It was a great time in Jesus. Amen.
That's funny.
Yeah, it would have took me a while to get back
That's funny.
Yeah.
back into the service.
I'm like, how
bad.
can you get back into the spirit after that? Like,
That's why I
Right.
try my hardest to just look straight at the preacher. Anything happen with the preacher, I'm gonna laugh. Anything else in the service, I try to just focus. He's on out. Told him it is like, all right, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus.
or act like you caught the
every
spirit.
time.
Just be like,
Yeah.
like low key laughing. Man.
I seen a lady like run around the church and like run into the wall. That's the time, like, people just get happy and just get to going and get to going. And she just went on a lap and she went on the second and went on the third. And I guess she just got so full up that she didn't see the wall there and she ran right into it.
That's kind of like when you shout and then you hit the pew or hit the chair, but she hit the wall.
A wall. I know she felt that too when she went home.
And my head hit the wall. Boom.
Good God to me, honey.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, did she keep shouting or was it like?
Yeah, no, it was one of those things where she just act like she was slain and
That's
just
what you
fell
gotta do.
out.
That's the go-to.
That's what you gotta do.
That's the
There's
You
go-to.
gotta play it
nothing
off.
Anything
At that
happen,
point, you gotta play
slay
it
the
off.
spirit.
There's nothing else to do at that point. But I've had some interesting stuff happen to me in church. Seriously.
Yeah, it's always something funny going on in church all the time.
Okay, y'all. So we're gonna start off with a nice little game. Okay.
So this one is guess who's coming to service or church. All right?
Man.
So basically, it could be a singer, a preacher, or somebody that's in church, right? And they're going to cover their face. So we have to guess who it is just by the swag they got, the
Without
torso
the
and all
face.
that, the clothes. Yeah, the face. As you can see, the face is covered up. All right. And if you get it wrong, everybody else they can get hit in the face, the arms. But our guest, we got to hit her in the leg. All right.
Leg shot.
Leg shot. Or we just gonna purposely miss. All right.
Yeah,
Purposely miss.
purposely
Oh, that's so sweet. y'all.
right. And shout out to the Good Judy podcast for this special one right here.
Shout out.
Y'all ready? Here we go.
Yes.
Can we phone a friend for this one?
I know who this is.
You know, all right, come on.
That's Miss Jackie.
Hey,
I love the Clark sisters.
We need to switch teams. She need to be on my team.
Oh,
I know
I know
what
what
it
it is.
Okay.
It's Mike.
Mike,
Todd.
yup.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay.
Whoa.
Ooh. Yeah, I need a hint.
Who is that?
It's a gospel artist.
It's a singer, Houston. Oh, I know who it is. Raya.
I'm about to say the
That's
Walls
my
Good.
girl.
Oh,
let's see the Walls
nice.
Good.
That's
All right, we
Raya.
gotta. You was about to say that?
Yeah, I was gonna see the Walls Good myself, Houston.
Y'all got the easy one.
Deidre K. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Wait. Is this
I know who that
Can we
is.
see? Can we see?
Is that me?
is this you? That's what I'm about to say. Is this you in your prime? Okay, red dress.
I ate down in that
Yes,
little
you
shit. That was
did.
good to me.
That was nice.
Real good.
Who is that?
That's a Caucasian man.
That is a Caucasian. Oh, is that
From the hair.
Can we see? Can we see a hint?
Can we get it?
Oh, I know who that is. That's
The lady that take me to the king, lady?
no,
I'm
no,
playing.
no. That's that.
You said a lady?
I know.
I'm
I know who
playing. I'm
that is.
playing.
No, I know who that is. He's a white man and he can sing down. He got a daddy that's a preacher, a church in Nashville.
She got it.
That's enough. Who?
That's enough.
What's his name? West Morgan. I knew this one.
Oh yeah, you got that.
I knew
I
that's
knew
Girl,
the
you
hair.
on
I saw the
fire,
hair,
'cause-
so I knew.
Yes. Jacqueline.
Yo, I actually
you
could have got
good.
that one, but you're better than me.
Come
I mean,
on.
she alright.
Dolly.
Oh, I know who that is.
Dolly.
Dolly. Oh, no.
No, that ain't Dolly.
No, it's that drummer.
Oh. I know who it is.
Who is it?
No, wait. No, it's not.
Drummer.
It's not PJ. That's my man.
Oh, yeah.
I never knew he
Oh,
played
I like
drums.
how you put that in there.
Huh? Yeah, he plays drums and the bass.
He can sing too, yeah.
Fine
yeah.
self.
That shit, bitch.
Is this for us or for y'all?
She's a lady.
Oh, this is Auntie Tabitha. Auntie
Yeah,
Tab.
it is. Yeah, it is.
It's my business.
Who? Oh, I know what it is.
That's a pass.
Is it not Detroit, is it? Oh,
Okay.
You said Detroit? No, not Detroit. Detroit.
Y'all don't know who that is? Can I go?
I was-
That's Bishop Marvin.
I was gonna say the one.
Marvin Vaughn.
I'm so
I knew
saved.
that. I knew.
I am just so safe.
We got this one. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
This is Kiki Sheard.
No.
No, it's not.
That's Tasha Cobbs.
She's good at this.
You really good.
How?
I don't know. Oh,
That's the bull. That's the bull.
that's
That look like either
I was about to say Jimmy.
hold up. The guy if like a James Fortune vibe or like a
what?
I don't know. I'm just saying
That's
like
who you
the-
thought that
like the-
was?
No, that's
Kevin on stage.
Oh, never mind.
I saw the video. I was like, no,
I
that
didn't
ain't
see
him.
that. I
no
said
idea.
J
I had no
Moss.
idea.
He do kind of from the bottom look like J Moss.
It's free for anybody.
Is that us? No.
No,
That would've been
vocalist,
a good
guitar.
one.
No. Are those two sister singers?
that's a man.
It
on
start
the right.
it start with that's a man. Oh, the blood. Oh, Jesus.
Hold up. I'm gonna
Never
get this.
mind.
Vocalist.
Are they a group, a duo?
Is this somebody?
Friends.
Oh, just friends.
They're friends.
Vocalist.
Oh,
guitar,
in common. So they
Is-
both do all of those.
get
Is
a
one
city?
of them Jonathan McReynolds?
Ooh.
Ah. Hey.
He is fire.
Oh, guitar.
Good.
So-
The one and then the other Jacqueline.
She don't play guitar, does she?
Oh no, she doesn't. No, she doesn't.
Plays the guitar.
Oh, that's that pretty girl, Doe. Yes, it is.
Oh, and they did the song. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, man, damn.
I said that pretty girl.
So what do we shoot? I feel like
All y'all
We
need
were
to
so
be
shocked.
shot.
I know. We all.
My foot right here. Oh,
Yeah, that's dope.
I shoot myself for getting none of them. I shoot
Because we were
myself.
so into like the picture.
Right. Trying to figure out who
pictures,
it
trying to
was.
figure out
I think
who
we
it
did good on that.
I think you did
You
good
did
on
good.
that.
Like,
Marvin Winans, I was thinking Marvin, and I was thinking PG Morton dad. I don't know, like the head. I was looking at the
Bishop
head.
Morton.
I was thinking,
Yeah.
I knew that was a bishop though. They just have
Yeah,
a
with
certain
that ring.
dance with the
hand
ring.
With that ring and that-
placement.
Okay.
That prayer hands.
Oh, I'm not Eric. I'm not Eric.
Wait.
I'm not Eric.
Wait.
Sorry, ow, that thing hurt.
Oh, I'm all done. I'm glad I know my peers.
Yeah, girl, you
Yeah.
on it. You
How
on
you-
it.
How?
I don't know.
Right? That's what I'm about to say. How can you?
Was it the clue or you just knew him? But
No, it was more so the way that they stand. They all have a certain kind of
stand.
demeanor about themselves.
just said, "Oh, that's my man."
Yeah, it's my man.
What is that drummer? I'm like, hold on, drummer.
I know who that is. Every time. I know who that is.
I knew exactly who that was.
Every time. So, one of my favorite songs in the last 2 weeks, since I heard you was coming, is Working. So,
Okay.
that joint was hot. All right. Or is hot. Now, how do the lyrics resonate with you?
Absolutely. Well, actually, Sir the Baptist wrote the song.
Oh.
And I had no, I don't think, I think he just randomly sent the song to me. He wasn't even at the studio, and he randomly sent the song, and I was like, this is absolutely beautiful. And I tried my best while singing the song to allow the way I sung it and the words to connect in that way, just because, especially in this day and time, there's so much mental health issues and depression and anxiety, and we don't talk about those things as often as we should. And most of the times when we do talk about them, it's a very dreary and sad and song, but I want it to be something that kind of catches your attention, like, hello, like, I know you're dealing with anxiety, I know you're dealing with depression, but there's somebody that has a fix for that, and it's not a pill, it's it's a person, and his name is Jesus, and he wants to heal you, he wants to help you. So
That's awesome.
So you were talking about anxiety and like real world problems. Is that where that came from?
absolutely. I dealt with like a lot of bullying things going on throughout my childhood. And even as I started to come into a young adult that I am now, I had a lot of self-consciousness about my voice. And like, even when it came to singing, like, people don't know I have terrible stage fright, like absolutely terrible stage fright. So like whenever I get up to sing, like my heart will start beating out my chest. I get terrible anxiety, things like that. And so when a song starts talking about anxiety, it's something that is like a real thing for me. It's like, yeah, I have anxiety and sometimes I forget to breathe, but I go in his word. And I know that the Lord has not given us a spirit of fear, but a power of love. Come on.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
And a sound mind.
A sound mind.
Cue the track.
So it definitely resonates with me, being a young adult. I was getting ready to say a teen, but I'm 20 now.
20.
Praying for me. But,
Only getting younger. Only getting younger.
Right, okay. Being a young adult, there's so many things that we think about, and so many things. I know for me, I'm always 5 years in the future. So I already have anxiety about when my first child gets here, like what I'm going to do about taxes, things like that. And so I have terrible anxiety sometimes. But then I remember to reflect on the word of God, and so that song definitely resonates with me. And just remembering to integrate the word of God in the places that don't always seem to have the most hope, because he is hope.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's awesome.
That's right. Let's talk about what was your creative process when you were doing the music video.
well, my amazing manager, David and Corey, they actually funny thing that I recently just hired both of them, and they kind of got threw into this whirlwind because we were right in the middle of preparing for the promotion of Werking and all that stuff. So they came on and was like immediately ready to work. And so we were looking for, treatments for the music video, what that was going to look like. And David was like, I think I can do it. And I was like, okay, honey, show me something. And so this was his directorial debut. And so he actually directed the music video. And he came up with the treatment of the music video and everything, and he had called me and was like, yeah, so we're gonna have you dancing. And I was like, you gonna have me what, honey? I'm gonna be doing what, sugar? And he was like, right. So I'm like, what you mean by dancing? And like, he literally meant like dancing. So I flew in 2 days before shooting the music video in Los Angeles. And I walked in that dance studio, and they were like dancers. Like, I mean, it was getting down. I was like, I was like, can we just pause 1 second? I I could shout. I could do that.
I can dance already.
Okay. I can go get my washboard and we have a time. But I'm not gonna-
Right, because you definitely whipped out that fan when you was done.
No,
the photo shoot.
the
video shoot.
That was unplanned. Like,
it really was.
It was
You was like, "Child, I'm tired."
I know, seriously. I went and stole that fan from somebody on set because, like, I was hot. My lace was lifting. Like, there was a lot going on. And I saw her with that fan. I said, "Honey, give me that. You sitting down. You don't need it. You don't need it." And so I got it and I had put it in my back pocket because I didn't have time to throw it before they started the next scene or whatever. And so they said cut, and I'm like, okay, thank you, Jesus. Like, and so when I saw that, I was like, y'all really suck. Like, y'all are horrible. But David did an amazing job of directing the video and organizing everything. That day was just beautiful. Everybody was so sweet. The dancers were like my second cousins. Like, we were all sitting there just talking like we knew each other. And I never met a stranger, so we had us a really good time. So shout out to David for that. He's amazing.
You won a Grammy. Can you just tell us about the experience and leading up to that? Like,
Sure.
What was it about?
Well, how did that happen? Instagram. Sir the Baptist had commented on my post like maybe 5 months back and was like, there's nobody in gospel that's ever gonna create a song better for you than I will. And I was like, okay, honey, shoot. So I had like randomly, he was just joking, but I had randomly messaged him and he was like, yeah, are you ready to work? And I was like, sure. I mean, and so he reached out to my parents, who were my managers at the time, and let them know that he just wanted me to do a song with TSU. And what sprung from that was absolutely beautiful because after I created the song, we created the song on Zoom. With me recording it, he gave me the reference. I recorded it in my mama's basement, in my stepdad's studio, and recorded it, sent it over to him, and then he called me, I think maybe 2 days later, and was like, where are you going to college? Because I had just graduated from high school. And I was like, I don't really know yet. And he was like, how would you like to go to Tennessee State University?
Wow.
And I was like, I would love to go to Tennessee State University. And he was like, I think I can get you there on a full ride.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That was God.
It was nobody but God. And he got me a full ride to Tennessee State University.
Wow, that's awesome.
And the school was absolutely amazing to me. Dr. McDonald and Professor Jenkins, they were absolutely wonderful. And then after the record was completed, I found out later that he was putting it up to be, reviewed for a Grammy. And I was like, okay, honey, go ahead, do your thing. Like, I was so proud of him because there were so many amazing artists on it, Mekayla and Kira and all of that wonderful stuff. And so once we found out that we actually got the nomination for the Grammy, I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is awesome. And so I cheered him along the entire way. So it was really great, just seeing how everything unfolded and how good God was to the project and everything like that. So I'm very proud of him.
So is that something that you ever could have imagined, like the Grammy, or would you your dreams never got that far? It was just like in the church, or did it extend outside of it?
Well, I think
in the church. I'm sorry, in this church, but extend to getting awards.
Yeah. Well, I think for me, we talked a little bit about this before the interview started. Was I never just woke up and was like, I want to be a gospel singer, like ever. Like that was never my intentions. Like my mama will tell you before I got signed, I was going to go to school to be a cardiothoracic surgeon. So I was going to go to medical school. So I had no intentions of being, a professional singer. It was nobody but the call of God that kind of snatched me from where I was and brought me into purpose. So, I never thought that, we would be on a project that's nominated for a Grammy that eventually wins a Grammy. Never in a million years. I thought I was just an Instagram singer. And funny enough, the Instagram page that has all the followers now was originally private because I was super shy and I didn't want anybody who knew me to know that I could sing. And so I was like, I'm just going to do this little page. I'm going to keep it private. And so my mama threatened to take my phone away if I didn't make it public.
Good job, Mom. Good job, Mom.
Lady, how you going to force me to? So she was like, you need to make it public. She's like, you can't keep running and all of this stuff. And I had a lot of insecurities about, my voice and my sound because I have a very high voice. And when I was a little girl, it was worse. Like they used to call me Chipmunk, Alvin and the Chipmunks. And so now my mom has made it a nickname. She calls me her Chipmunk, which is the cutest name. But
That's nice. Yeah.
so I was bullied a lot in school because of my sound and because it was so different. But I didn't know that the Lord would use that later on in life to spotlight me because I wasn't like anybody else. Not in the sense of like gifts or runs or anything, but just my sound and the difference of it. And I think the beautiful thing is sometimes the enemy will try and take the thing that God has used to propel you as something to hold you back and to try to shut you down. And if the enemy would have had his way, I would have shut down. I wouldn't sing. My account would have been private, you know. But I think the beautiful thing is also having people around me that pushed me and to say, this is who you are and be proud of it. And if the Lord didn't call you to it, he wouldn't put you in front of it. So,
Yes.
yeah.
I feel like we should clap on that.
I
That
like
was
that.
awesome. That was awesome.
That's amazing.
Awesome. That was awesome.
I love the fact that you pointed out how your mom pushed you.
For sure.
And she saw the potential that you had, that she didn't want you to close those doors. And she was like, you know, this is your opportunity, you know, make your page public because people need to see you and the gift that God's given you.
Absolutely. She's been my biggest supporter. She she had me at 15 and we've been rocking together ever since then. And the funny thing is when I was a little girl, I opened up for Ty Tribbett, the Walls Group,
Nice.
and Leandra Johnson at Praise Break 2015. It was a concert. And when I was 11 or something around there, I sung for Dietrich Haddon at the Hampton Coliseum. And so it's so funny years later now, like I'm like with these people like Ty Tribbett is signed to the same label as I am.
Wow.
You know, so it's just like so many cool things like that. And, you know, when I was singing there, my mom would post my videos on YouTube. So like they would go viral all the time and I absolutely hated it. When I got older, I'm like, please take those down. And I don't think people, when they see me now, I don't think people like realize like I'm the same little girl from YouTube. I'm sure those videos are probably still up on YouTube
Oh,
somewhere.
yeah. I saw one today.
You did?
Yes.
Take those down, mama.
Well, you know, once it's up there, it's always up
Right.
there,
Like,
so.
please. But like they have hundreds of thousands of views and I didn't know why my mom felt the need to do that then. But sometimes you have to, I think as parents, I'm not a parent yet, but I think as parents, you have to see the potential in your children and water it and see the gift that God has put in your children and steward it well until they get old enough to walk in that thing, you know.
Yes.
So I think that's why it's amazing to plant seeds in children, you know.
For sure.
So thank you, Mommy. I love you.
Shout out to mom.
Thank you, Mom. We enjoy
Yeah,
the music.
thank you, Mom.
Okay, so we have a game that we're about to play. It's called Fix It Jesus. All right, y'all ready for this scenario?
Yeah.
So either it's going to be Fix It Jesus, you put this up, or it's going to be That's All Right.
All right, come on, let's go.
Scenario 1. Somebody's shouting. Every time they shout, they go to the front of the church. Fix It Jesus, or That's All Right. I seen your face. Fix It Jesus, or That's All Right.
Fix it.
What we got? Fix It?
Fix it.
Yeah. Every time they shout, they go to the front.
That's so agitating.
Yeah, it's like
It's just unnecessary. Why we gotta see it though? Like,
all the time.
All the
praise
time.
Jesus privately,
All
amen.
the time.
Yeah, especially when they come from the back.
And just run
Just
all
all
the
the
way.
way up and shouting.
It is.
It's
funny.
giving
Should've
run
did that in the
away.
back.
All right.
It's giving runway.
Giving runaway. You fall asleep and snore loudly during the sermon. The preacher asks someone to wake you up. Fix it, Jesus, or That's All Right.
It depends on if it's a 8 a.m., 11, 10 a.m., or if it's like 4 o'clock.
That is
afternoon.
true. If it's an 8, we gonna give you a pass. I'm gonna say That's All Right.
That's all right.
Yeah, that's all right.
Snoring loudly is like you disrupting the service.
Yeah. Now that's the Fix It, Jesus. Like, go to bed early.
All right. So your phone rings very loudly in church, and the preacher says, if it ain't Jesus, turn it off. Is that all right? Or is Fix It, Jesus?
I think That's All Right.
Yeah, that's a warranted rebuke.
Yeah.
It's okay to interact with the crowd. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's probably awkward when it's
It's awkward
Yeah,
silence, so
I got you.
An usher caught you chewing gum in the sanctuary. She come and get your gum. Well, if it's the rule of the house, then I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
That's
I'ma
all
go
right.
with- I'ma go with
That-
That's
yeah.
all
I
right.
don't think you should chew gum in church, period. It's rude
Yeah.
to the moving of the spirit.
No. So that's all right.
Start smacking
I
and
like
stuff.
the
Right.
chew gum, so I'm a little guilty.
That helps you stay up.
See there?
Yes, it helps me stay awake.
if I chew gum, I gotta pop my gum. I'm a popper. So I can't even chew gum at church.
You
You
missed.
say you be popping gum?
Yeah, like
Fix
I'm
it,
always
Jesus.
popping gum.
Fix it,
Click,
Jesus.
click, click,
Yeah,
click.
that's
I
fix it,
love
Jesus.
that. Like
Fix it. You probably the one who started that. That's why we can't chew gum. Always popping gum.
I'm always
When
popping
Medea
gum.
say
I
stop
love it.
popping the gum.
Okay.
Like, I love it. I don't know. It's something about popping gum. It's just the sound.
That's that
I
Derby.
mean,
You not a gum chewer?
That don't be-
I love to chew gum. I can't really chew it as much because of my braces now. But my little brother likes to just pop on the gum, and I just fire of the Holy Ghost.
You walk into the church bathroom and somebody blew it up. Fix it, Jesus, or that's all right.
Can we do both?
Blew it up.
Fix it, Jesus, because you should have went to another bathroom. Don't go to the main bathroom. You know how every church have like a side bathroom or like. You know, a bathroom in the
children's
back
bathroom.
somewhere. Then go
Yeah.
to the children's bathroom. Go to the nursery bathroom. Don't go to the main bathroom.
Don't go to the main bathroom.
No, like, fix it.
Look,
Jesus.
man, do what you gotta do. You
Look at her
got
face. Look at her over here.
That's just like because that's happened to me recently though.
recently.
Talk about it. Talk
And it was
about
like
it.
it was the only bathroom in the church. I'm not gonna say who church I went to, but I walked in the bathroom and it was like a foul odor.
Oh my
and
goodness.
it was terrible. They needed to repent for that. That was bad.
What they supposed to do? Like
I don't know.
you said, go
but
home.
Go home or something.
They got
Go to
45
the
minute
gas
drive.
Go to the
station.
gas
Don't
station.
offend the Lord like that. Doing that in his
I said
house.
sweet smelling sound.
That's rude.
That
you
is
wouldn't
not
go to
a
your
sweet
boyfriend's house and do no stuff like that. And just blow his spot up like that. That's crazy.
It's
The
crazy.
church should have had some air freshener.
Something.
They had
Even the air
maybe it
freshener
didn't
don't
work.
even like
Maybe-
fix it.
No.
Like if the air freshener can't fix it, Jesus. Like,
Yeah, that's it.
There we go.
Jesus,
You probably, there
like-
we go. I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
Like I've gone to the bathroom and I've no longer had to go to the bathroom because of the smell.
Yeah.
Like you know what? I don't even gotta go to the bathroom anymore. Like
You can hold it right.
I'm gonna hold it, squeeze it really tight.
I hold it in.
You talked about the old YouTube videos and stuff like that. So I guess it's like something that I'm trying to overcome as well. Do you go back and like watch yourself perform and study yourself, or you just leave it?
You
Just
know,
keep it
I can't watch myself sing like at all. Like I actually went on YouTube the other day just to see how the Werking YouTube video was doing. And I saw all these like videos of me that people had like taken from my Instagram and posted that other people had filmed, and I was like, oh my, like there was a video I had saw of me that I didn't even know existed. I was like, oh, hey there. And it had like thousands of views, and so I can't watch myself sing, but I will go and read all the comments, which I don't recommend.
I know that's what I was about to say. You don't watch yourself sing, but you read the comments. I feel like the comments will be worse than
I feel like hearing myself sing would be worse because I don't have access to take the video down.
Yeah.
If I feel like I suck, it's gonna torment me because it's like, please take this video down, amen.
yeah.
But I can't get it down, so I rather just read the
Read the
comments.
Gotcha.
I rather read the comments because us as singers, as artists, creatives, period, we are our toughest critic, and we can find anything wrong with what we did, how we sounded, you know. So yeah, I can't watch myself sing at all.
But you never have a bad day though.
You don't think so?
No, never.
I have
Like,
a couple bad days. Let me tell you.
Like-
Like there's this one video on YouTube. I sung at AIM. And I sung There Is No Way. Now the first time I sung,
I saw that.
it wasn't the second time. It was the first time I sung There Is No Way. And it was during the day service, and I was so scared and so nervous. And Miss Kira was like, "You can do it." I was like, "I don't think I can do it because I didn't know the words." And she was, "Oh, you'll be fine, honey." I was like, "No, you don't understand." The first lady is sitting right in front of me, Karen Clark Sheard. And I was like, "This is Bishop J.J. Sheard." Like I was freaking out. So that first service, I bombed really bad. Well, I didn't bomb, but I bombed. But the second service, I got myself together because that was a tribute to Ricky Diller. So praying for me, but I want them to take that first video down.
You can't tell. Like,
Even with like the comments, like I'll go through the comments as well, and like the negative comments don't really faze me as much as the positive comments encourage me. So when I go through that, like negative, I'm like, you a hater. But positive comments, I'm like, you know what? I never seen that. Thank you.
You have such like a unique sound to your voice. Are you like formally trained? Did you ever have training? And two, who are some of your like influences when it comes to your vocals?
Okay. So up until I went to high school, I went to a school called Duke Ellington School of the Arts in my sophomore year of high school, and I was there for a year in person and then a year online because the pandemic happened. So there I was trained in classical music. And that was pretty much the main form of training, but before that, I didn't have any. And then some of my influences is Kim Burrell.
Okay.
I love her.
Okay.
I love Ray Charles, Teddy Pendergrass, Marvin Gaye, the Blind Boys of Alabama, Lee Williams, Canton Spirituals. I love the Azusa album by Carlton Pearson, the Walls Group, Kiera. Everybody, really.
Everybody,
I kind of listen. And oddly enough, I don't listen to music as often as one would think. Like, I don't listen to music at all, actually, unless I'm just in idle time or something like that. But for the most part, I don't listen to music. But when I do, I normally just go on YouTube and listen to, like, Kim Burrell or, you know, stuff like that. My friends, all of my friends can sing, so.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I could definitely hear a little bit of everybody when you said Kim Burrell.
Really?
Yes, you have some jazz undertones.
In the quartet, I could hear that when you said
definitely
that.
hear the quartet.
Yeah.
Yes.
My dad is a Baptist preacher, so
Okay.
I think I get it a little honest.
I was watching earlier a video of you singing in front of Kim Burrell. So when you said Kim Burrell, I'm like, I could definitely hear you saying that. And you worked with so many talented artists. So when did you discover the anointing that God had on your life?
I think when my mama started me singing when I was a little girl, and I don't think it like kind of registered in my mind like, hey, like, you know, I can sing a little bit until I got maybe around 10. But I started singing seriously when I was 7. But I don't think that the power of God kind of resonated with me and when I turned about 12. And that's when, you know, what I was singing kind of started ministering to me. It's like, this is good to me, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of when the Lord started revealing to me at that age what would start to happen from me singing in the gift that he had given me, but I didn't really know how serious it would get into the last 2 years.
What did that look like the last 2 years for you?
The last 2 years, or I would say 3, I got signed to a label.
Hey,
Congratulations.
Like excellent.
So I'm signed to Motown Gospel, and the way all of that happened was just so miraculous. I had got off the bus, coming from school. I was eating a bag of dry Cheerios. And I was on FaceTime with my mama just talking about my day, and I got a random phone call, and I was like, Mama, there's this random person calling me. And she was like, answer it, which is so random because she never does it. She's like, girl, don't answer no call you don't know. So I answered the phone, and it was Mr. EJ Gaines, and he was like, hey, there's somebody that wants to speak to you, and can we get in touch with your parents? I was like, okay. Like, he was like, yeah, we're from Motown Gospel. I was like, oh, okay. So I told my mom about it, and then after that, Harry Connick Jr. called her and let her know that Kim Burrell had reached out to him, which was awesome because I didn't even know Kim Burrell knew I existed, let alone Harry Connick Jr. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Because she's my favorite
Right.
artist. So I'm just like, God is so good. So that's kind of how all of that really happened for me, which kind of was like, okay, well, I'll really be doing this for real.
So you had the internet in a chokehold when you had the viral clip of you singing like Nobody. So how did that feel when it blew up? Were you expecting it, or was it just?
It was so accidental. I wasn't even supposed to sing that Sunday, actually. I was at Pastor Sam Franklin's church, and that's whose church I was visiting while I was living in Nashville. And she was like, hey, y'all, it was an old school Sunday, so she was like, we're going to sing hymns or whatever. And I was like, oh, well, I could be an usher or something in service. I had told her I wanted to usher. She was like, no, baby, you going to sing. I was like, okay. And so she was like, yeah, you going to sing this and you going to sing this. So she's the one who told me that I was going to sing Can't Nobody Do Me Like Jesus. And so I had got up there, and yeah, that's just kind of how all of that happened. But I wasn't even the first one to post the video. My close friend Justin posted the video, and like people started losing it. And I was like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, because to me it was just like a regular old rinky dink. Like, I didn't think it was gonna be anything like that. And so I had or somebody had posted it on TikTok or something, and I woke up and it was like going super viral, and I was like, oh my God, like what is happening? And before I even posted it, somebody had posted it on Instagram, and it got like 2 million views, and I was just like, wow, like this is insane. Awesome. And I don't think I had videos before go viral, but I don't think I had anything to that magnitude go like that. And I was just like, this is really something. And so I had showed my mama. I was like, Mama, you see what these people doing? Because, you know, on TikTok, you could use a sound and like do like, so there was like all kinds of people doing like little lip sync videos. So even now I see videos that I've never seen before. And so it comes like in waves every 3 months. It'll go viral again. So, you know, that was not on purpose at all.
Oh, that's awesome.
At the church, was everybody like looking? Because I saw in the background the bull, he was just singing like it was normal. And I was like, nobody reacting like in the video.
So the people that were singing behind me, and it was funny because the shirts we had on it said New D, and it was for New Direction. That's the name of this for all the people that were wondering what that stands for. It's for New Direction for the choir. And so we were all singing together, and we had just came from our school. And so we all were just singing in the choir. They know me. They were friends of mine at the time.
Okay.
So they were all just back there, and one of the people who were my former friends, they were just kind of standing over there, and she was out of breath, so she just kind of stood there and just and just looked at me. So, but the church was having them a time. We carried on like that for about a good hour. The pastor can sing, so she got up and carried on real bad.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
It was
awesome.
really
Our type of carrying on.
That's right. Carrying on, right? For real.
Do you prefer like hymns, like old school stuff, or the new school?
I think I prefer hymns because that's what my mama taught me. But I think that I find joy in the new things also, you know, and what it brings, and also the beauty of collaborating both of the two, and seeing the beauty in what the old things and what the new things bring, because I think it's a whole new thing in itself. So that's even kind of like what my inspiration is for the music that I want to create. I want to create something that appeases to both, but is also a conglomerate of the two, you know?
Yeah,
So.
awesome.
Yeah, I like that because I can see in music that you're bridging that gap between the generations of the past and the generations that's to come. So you have like you're ministering to both generations at the same time. I could definitely see that. Because when I was looking at your videos, I'm like, I love the fact that you know hymns. And that's very rare for people our age group and younger to know hymns. And not just know them, but like really know them for yourself. Because I can feel that when you're singing.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's a beautiful thing that my mother taught me. My mother's actually still teaching me hymns. Like a couple months ago, we were just riding in the car, and she was like, "KK, sing this," and I was like, "Yes, ma'am." And so you know, I'm still learning things, and I'm learning that hymns have like multiple verses to them that you've never heard before, but they're so powerful.
The words of them,
They're so
for sure.
powerful, and I think that's what I find so awesome in these hymns is the people that wrote them had intention behind them. And you know, that's kind of the faultiness about some of the new music is you know, it sounds good, it feels good, but some of them doesn't have that intentionality and that power behind it. So I love the hymns. I don't think we should ever throw those away.
For sure.
Yes, I definitely agree. The hymns have some sort of substance to it.
I agree.
Yes, for sure.
Somebody was in their testimony making them hymns.
For sure.
Yes.
For sure. And then others were talking about their pain that they were going through and asking the Lord not to pass them by, you know, things like that. So
She finna take us in.
For real. Like I could feel it.
Yeah, for real. That was hymns to do something.
Gotta teach us a skill, like a practice skill.
Beginner skill.
A beginner skill. Come on.
so wait.
She went to Grammy level.
I gotta.
That's it. Just
Are you saying how?
how. That's beautiful. That's it. That people think that it's the cute stuff that has the anointing, but it's really that.
She said
That's what breaks the yoke.
There we go.
Eric, you next. Come on. Do another one.
Yeah. Get in there.
Come on, just jump on it.
All right, one more time.
Yeah.
Just let it out. Let it flow from your belly.
Like rivers. Hey, of living
I
water.
don't know about this one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna practice.
beautiful.
Next
That's
podcast. Y'all tune into the next podcast.
on, Marcellus low-key
and I
can
will
sing,
definitely do it. Go ahead. Keep it.
Go ahead. Marcellus is no good.
I'm trying that.
Stand it again.
Marcellus can
Hold on,
sing.
If you do do re mi fa sol la ti do, I can do that.
Hold on. You got John on your beard. Just go like this.
You can just take it up, bro. You know me all my life. Like, what you talking about?
Like literally.
You know, it's one of my favorite things to do as a singer, like ugly sing. Like, it brings me great joy.
Ugly singing.
Like, I do that in the
Yeah.
studio. Like, I was in the studio last week, and I was just saying, like,
But what's ugly to that though? Like,
She sing bad on
good.
purpose.
Like, it's
You can sing bad on purpose.
right. How can you sing bad? Your
Going to
bad
karaoke,
is
you
not
sing
even
bad
bad.
on purpose. This we gotta do.
and the funny thing is, there was like all of the people in the studio session with me are all singers. Like, even the engineer can like sing down. And like, so once I started, it's like a clarion call for all of us, and it's just
So
like we
everybody
just
was jumping
all have us a time. That's great. I love
It's
that.
funny.
Wow, that was good.
Yo. All right.
You gonna be practicing that?
I'm gonna start doing
Not leave.
that.
You be like,
Come on, she gonna be nice.
I'm telling you, 2 months. Give her 2 months. She gonna really get in there. I'm telling
You
y'all.
gotta do it. I'm gonna remind you.
Remind me, when I see you tomorrow, I'll be like, Eric,
That gotta be our new mic check.
mic check. Yeah, that's gonna be our new mic check. First it was you from Jermaine Dollars.
Picking up pointers along the way.
So we love your relationship with Carson Barnes, who is signed with My Block. Can you tell us a little bit about how you guys met and came about?
Yes, so we've been best friends for years, 6 years now. And we were just friends on social media, on Instagram. And then, as time grown, we just, continued to become really good friends. And funny enough, Warren Campbell had reached out to me one day. He was like, hey, Mekayla. I was like, hey, Mr. Warren. First of all, Warren Campbell was messaging me.
Right.
And so I forgot what he said, but he was basically like, I have an idea. And I'm like, okay, well, tell me if this is crazy. And I'm like, okay, I'll tell you if it's crazy. And he was like, I want to do a partnership. And I'm like, okay, what do? And it was like, you and Carson Barnes. And I was like, and mind you, like, I thought he was so fine. I was like, hey, yay. But also because, like, he was my favorite singer. Like, I thought he was the dopest singer. And then around that time, we were 16, social media, like, used to go crazy over both of us just on live together. And so, y'all was just crazy. Like, yeah, y'all look so cute. I'm like, man, that's my brother. Like, you know what? And so it was so cool to hear Mr. Warren say that. After that, we got on a Zoom call, and Mr. Warren had a picture of Carson and I on the screen. It said Carson and Mekayla, and we were like 15, 16. And our parents were up there. He was like, I want to sign y'all as a duet group. And we were like, what? You want to sign us? Like, he was like, I feel like the world would love y'all. This was before Carson and I got together, any of that. So he said that the Lord had told him that we were supposed to be in a group together, and I just firmly believe that. I believe that the Lord had already given him a vision of what that was going to look like before it even happened. And so he flew us out to Los Angeles. For my birthday, it was November 26th. We flew out. My birthday was on the 25th. We flew out there. We went to Six Flags. It was me, Krista, her cousin, and Carson. We were all out there, his parents, my parents. And we recorded a song together. What's it called? Just Hold On. It's a fire song. And so we're going to release it this year.
Oh, that's going to be great.
We're going to release it this year. But we didn't end up signing together as a duet group. I ended up signing with Motown, and he ended up signing with My Block. And I think at the time it was the best thing for us, because I don't think that we would have gotten to the point where we are right now with us being in a relationship if we would have signed as a duet group then. I think the Lord knew that we needed some kind of foundation before going into that, because a group is hard. So yeah, but we were just talking about that the other day, how we would definitely do an album together. So we're gonna talk to our labels about it and see how that goes.
Mary Joseph. He made Mary.
No, literally, that's what he was saying. He was like, I feel like a duet group with you all would be very good, and we were talking about it. We would probably like really pursue it once we get married. But we're definitely gonna release that song this year. We wanted to do it last year, but we were still getting our stuff together with our labels and working on our projects and stuff. But now that I have my first project out the way, and the EP will release in April, then we're gonna go ahead and let that thing rip. It's really nice.
That is exciting.
Yeah, we were pretty when we were 15, so we were like, maybe we should redo it again. But Mom was like, I think that's the beauty and the like history of it all. Yeah. The mics were off, weren't they?
Yes.
The whole time?
I turned them off because of the vacuum cleaner.
I
I misunderstood. I thought that's...
No, it just naturally came up.
Okay,
We just started talking.
At the Stellars a couple years ago, Mr. EJ and Mr. Warren were talking about it, and and it's so cool that our labels love each other. Like the people on both of our labels, they're super friendly. We're all like one big family. So I think God is so intentional.
Yeah, it definitely is.
And is just so mindful of both he and I. And I think that, when the Lord puts two people together, he's mindful of both of their futures and the way those things will mesh together. So God is just good.
God is good. Awesome. He's setting your foundation up.
Yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
Mr. Warren was definitely in the spirit with that. He didn't even know where that was going to send us to. And right after that, we didn't like jump into a relationship or anything. We were just great friends. And then I think a couple years after that, the Lord kind of moved on Carson's heart, and we ended up getting into a relationship.
So you said he moved on his heart, so you were ready for it.
Well, he was my best friend, and if you have a best friend, you just want the best for them.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted the best for him in every way. I wanted the Lord to bless him and propel him and shine on him and grow him. And so in that, while the Lord was doing what he was doing with him, he was preparing me. And I laugh all the time because my mama didn't let me date until I turned. What is this? My mama calling me.
You want to answer? We got to tell her thank you. You can answer.
Mama. Yes, ma'am. Mama, I'm in the middle of the interview, Mama.
Hey, Mama.
Hey, Mom.
Say
What's
hi.
up, Mom?
Hi.
I woke up something out of my sleep.
Oh, she's
Mama,
checking
you
on her
out
baby.
loud. Say hi.
Oh, hi.
I love you.
I was asleep. You didn't tell me you made it.
Oh.
I'm home. I'll be home soon.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye, Mama. Bless her heart. She's 5 months pregnant, y'all.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, she's having a little boy.
little brother.
Yeah. But my mother, she didn't allow me to date until I turned 19.
Oh, right.
And I'm 20 years old
You-
now.
oh.
That says
Oh,
a lot.
19.
Yeah, 19 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
She was serious about that.
Yeah, no, for sure. She grew up in a holiness church, so she raised me apostolic. So she played like 0 games. But
Good job.
so
Good
job.
he's my first boyfriend and will be my last.
Oh, okay. Yes.
So yeah, super excited about that. But hopefully we're gonna do an album one day soon.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
we ready.
really nice.
We
We're
big.
ready
That's
for it.
awesome. That's
Definitely
awesome.
ready for it. And I like how you say you guys were friends first.
For
because
sure.
You got to set that foundation
Absolutely.
for a strong
Definitely
relationship.
friends first and pray for each other and all the beautiful things. And as we continue to grow, the Lord is growing our relationship individually with him, but also growing ours together. And I think that's beautiful. And sometimes when the Lord is propelling one, it can seem a little strange, but one thing that I love with us doing the same thing is the Lord is propelling us at the same time. But even if he wasn't, we would be overjoyed for the other, because if God is doing it on your road, that means he ain't too far from mine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he's proud of me, and I'm godly proud of him, and I look forward to seeing him on the red carpet this year.
Yes.
At the
Okay. My man. I know that's right.
Okay.
She can say, my man.
I was looking at him on the Stella carpet the other day. I'm like, yes, sir. Go ahead, honey. Just get down in there. So very proud of him.
That's awesome. Your answers are very, like, you said you're only 20? Very seasoned.
Yes.
Either A, you practice your answers, or God is just working through you.
I actually didn't
Every
look at none of the
answer.
questions. I wanted to be surprised.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Well, thank you so much for coming to Black Church Talk, Mekayla. We really enjoyed you.
Yes,
We
yes.
enjoyed all the gems that you dropped on us, and we cannot wait to see what you are going to become in the future. Like you're already that girl, like woman. First
No,
of all, 'cause
man.
you're in your 20s now. But yeah, we're so excited to see what God has in store for you.
Thank you. I'm super excited to be here. Thank y'all for having me.
No problem.
Y'all are hilarious.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
too. Yep.
I was happy carrying on.